Welcome to Toffee TV. It is 3 talking points. Bournemouth 3, Everton 1. Wasn't a great game, was it? Let's be honest. If you're a Bournemouth fan and you're watching this, I'm quite sure you thought it was a great game. For an Evertonian watching it, it certainly wasn't. Another poor display away from home, and that's my first point that I'm going to talk about. Our away form is quite simply atrocious. It really is. We haven't won away since March when we beat West Ham. That was in the middle of March, I think. And, we offer nothing away from home. It's so weird. The two teams, the team you see at Goodison compared to the team you see away from home, is two totally different teams. It's absolutely mad. And there's got to be, the manager somehow has got to find a way to try to knit it together, because otherwise we're just going to be that team. He's never going to progress. We're never going to progress. If we want to finish in the top 6 like we think we do, we want to qualify for Europe and things like that, you have to be able to go away and roll your sleeves up, dig in and get results. And we can't. We go away and we knock the ball around and we're tippy-tappy and all that, but we don't carve out real good opportunities, and we don't defend with any resolution at all. And too often we pass the ball back far too much. So he's got to come up with a way of playing away from home that A, doesn't expose us, I suppose, and B, allows us to get at teams. And I don't know whether players have come and gone. Everton's away form for probably 5 years, maybe even not more, has been not very good. Let's be perfectly honest about it. Martin has had a problem with it. Moyes at times had a problem with it. Koeman definitely had a problem with it. Allardyce won a couple, and so far Marco Silva's had a bit of an issue with it. So it's deep rooted. I don't know how though, because we've spent a lot of money. When you spend the money Everton have spent, you should, and bring in new players, they should be good enough to win games against teams that aren't as good as them, and Bournemouth aren't as good as Everton. And yet today they were far better than Everton, if that makes sense, in terms of scoring goals in the final third. So that away form is a real problem for Everton, and I don't know how he addresses it, but he needs to, because we're not going to progress any further than scrapping around for 8th or 9th if we continue to just hope we're good at home and we win the odd away game by hook or by crook. It's a worry. I've got to say it's a worry. We've had 3 away games against Villa, Bournemouth and Palace, 3 teams that, let's be honest, aren't going to be anywhere near the top of the league, and we've took 1 point from it, scored 1 goal in those 3. It's just not good enough, and I don't know when it clicks or whatever, but we're going to have to have a rethink, I think, the way we play from home. Second point is our midfield, particularly the midfield today, and the way our midfield's made up, just at times, just doesn't help us. Now, okay, today, people might say now and say, well, that's harsh because he hasn't got Andre Gomez, he hasn't got John-Philippe Gbamin, who he obviously wants in there. No, but we've gone today with Morgan Schneiderlin and Fabian Delph, who... listen, he's been excellent. Lincoln and Wolves, he's brilliant. And today you could see him trying to get on. I don't think he had a particularly good game today. Give too many loose passes away, diving into challenges. I don't think he was at his best. But then again, Schneiderlin was neat and tidy, but it's as a pair, as a parent and as a makeup. And then when you put Gylfi into that mix, our midfield axis just isn't working for whatever reason. Now, okay, I understand sort of why he went with that as a bit of safety, but when the game's playing out in front of you, you can see it needed something else. And maybe Tom Davies would have been a shout for Delph. Once Fabian Delph got booked, you could see he wasn't quite himself. He wasn't able to go into those tackles, because with that referee, he's a very, very poor referee anyway. Excuse me. Delph had to hold back. I thought the manager might have mixed it up, but we have to find a way that our midfield can be more progressive as well. Too often, midfield players are passing it back 40 yards, 30 yards back, and that's not what we need. We need to be able to drive on into the box, because if you've got teams with, let's be honest, Bournemouth just got everyone behind the ball when we had possession of it and sat in 2 banks of 4, and at times the wingers were right back and left back because they just tucked into almost a low block and stopped us being able to play through them. And that's when your midfield have to force them back. I just don't think ours does it, no matter who the makeup of it is at the moment. I don't think we do that enough. So again, it's another thing that I suppose we have to look at. And third and final point, let's talk about the manager, because undoubtedly he'll get a bit of stick for today. Probably deserves a little bit, maybe, because I think his substitutions were poor, regardless of the team, what I thought of the team or not. His substitutions, I don't think really, it didn't offer any different challenge for Bournemouth. It was just like we just replaced personnel with personnel. And I think I was surprised, like I said, like Tom Davies didn't come on to give us a different option from midfield, travelling with the ball. I just thought he could have maybe freshened it up. Walcott, I don't think he adds anything, especially when you're taking Richarlison off, who might get you the goal. I know you'll never go game, but I don't know. I think his substitutions weren't great today, but his demeanour worried me a little bit today. I know he was frustrated at going 2-1 down. But then when we went 3-1 down, he went sat in the dugout like he was sulking. And, you know, he should be in people's faces, whether that's his style or not. He should be letting people know. That second goal was horrendous to give away. It was pathetic. We give away 2 goals from set plays today. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. And the third goal's poor as well. And I think the manager has to stand up and be counted there. I think he's got to be on that touchline, and he's got to be getting into those players. When we went 2-1 down, he should have been telling them in no uncertain terms what to do. The sub should have been on straight away. We should have, to be honest, when we had Bournemouth pegged back for our first 15 minutes, he should have been looking at that as, right, how can we win this? Who have I got here that's going to win this game for me? And that's what it should have been. Moise Keane should have been on earlier. But we go 3-1 down, he brings Bernard and Keane on, and then he puts Walcott on with 5 minutes to go. I just don't think he was at his best today, and that's not good for me. I want to see him a bit more from him. I've defended Marco, I think he's a good coach, but we're going to have to see a bit more things. But today was just frustrating. Listen, maybe he's just sat there like us as fans and couldn't believe what he was watching. But again, he's got the chance to lead, hasn't he? Whereas we're either making a 8-hour drive down to Bournemouth, or we're watching at home on the telly and frustrated. He's there, and I suppose can make a difference where we can't. But that's it. It's a bit of a moan, a bit of a melancholy feeling, because it just feels like those kind of games. It's just like, here we go again. There's the progress. We seem to take one step forward and immediately take a step back. So it just feels like not going anywhere at times. I'm saying that's for the season, because we can quite easily, like I say, Sheffield United home next week, beat them and play well, and you get that feeling, the good feeling again. But we've got to quickly address our away form. Home form, great, but away form isn't. And until we get that improved, we're not really going to progress. And I suppose that's the frustrating thing as a fan. There you go. There are my 3 points for today. Let me know what you think. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Check out Ped's aftermatch stuff, and enjoy the rest of your weekend if you can. See you later.